Dear students, today we are going to study the zero order reaction. So zero order reactions are the reactions whose rate is independent of the concentration of the reactant. The rate of the reaction remain uniform whatever may be the concentration of the reactant, and these reactions proceed with the constant rate or constant speed. Such type of reactions are called the zero order reactions. In this zero order reaction, first of all, we are going to study the integrated rate law. Integrated rate law of the zero order reaction. So consider a zero order reaction. Consider a zero order reaction. A is converted to product. This is a zero order reaction. Then the differential rate law. The differential rate law for this reaction will be rate equal to minus dA by dt equal to K, that is the rate constant of the zero order reaction, into molar concentration of reactant raised to power 0, which is equal to minus dA by dt equal to K. A raised to power 0 is equal to 1, therefore minus dA by dt equal to K. We can rearrange this. Minus dA equal to K dt, or dA equal to minus of K dt. So this is equation number 1. Now if the initial concentration of A, initial concentration of the reactant A at T equal to 0, that is when time is equal to 0, is A0. A0 is the concentration of the reactant at T equal to 0. After time T, if the concentration of A, concentration of A becomes AT, where the decreasing concentration of the reactant with increasing time, and after a time T, the concentration of the reactant is AT, and the initial concentration of the reactant is A0. Therefore, the limits of the concentration are A0 to AT, and the limits of time are 0 to T. Therefore, integrating equation 1 between the limits A0 to AT, these are the limits of concentration, and time equal to 0 to time equal to t. 0 to t are the limits of time. So when we integrate equation 1, then integration of dA, the limits are a0 to at equal to minus k. K is a constant, therefore it cannot be integrated. Integration of dt, and the limits of time are 0 to t. Now the integration of dA, integration of dA is a. Integration of dA is a, and the limits are, here lower limit is a0 and the upper limit is a. These are the limits of concentration equal to minus of k, integration of dt is t, and the limits of t are 0 to t. Now when we put the upper limit, the negative sign, and then lower limit, then we get at minus a0, at minus a0 equal to minus of k into t minus 0, upper limit minus lower limit. Therefore here get at minus a0 equal to minus k. at minus a0 equal to minus kt, or kt k into t equal to a0 minus a. kt equal to a0 minus at, or k equal to a0 minus at by t. So these two equations, equation number 2 and equation number 3, these are called the integrated rate law of the zero order reaction. In this way, we can derive the integrated rate law of the zero order reaction. In this equation, k is the rate constant of the zero order reaction. A0 represent the initial concentration of the reactant. At represent the concentration of the reactant after time t, and t is the time. This is the integrated rate law of the zero order reaction. Now here, from the integrated rate law, we can find the unit of rate constant. Unit of rate constant, that is k. Unit of k. Now here you can understand that A0 is a concentration term, At is also a concentration term, and therefore the unit of both of these is common, and generally the concentrations are here molar concentrations, means the unit of A0 and At common unit is mole per dm cube or mole per liter. K equal to unit is mole per liter, mole per dm cube upon time. Time may be represented as in seconds, in minutes, or in hours. In general, we can write time. So the final unit of the rate constant of the zero order reaction becomes mole per dm cube time inverse. Mole per dm cube or mole per liter time inverse. This is the unit of rate constant of a zero order reaction. Now here, if the time is in seconds, then the unit will become mole per dm cube second inverse per second. If the time is in minutes, then the unit will become mole per dm cube per minute. If the time is in hours, then the unit of the rate constant will become mole per dm cube hour inverse. And here it is important to remember that the unit of the rate constant of a zero order reaction is similar are identical to the unit of the rate of reaction. Rate of reaction has also the similar unit. Rate of reaction is represented in mole per dm cube time inverse. Similarly, the unit of the rate constant of the zero order reaction is mole per dm cube time inverse. So here the units of rate constant of zero order reaction and the rate of the reaction are similar. But in case of first order reaction, we have already studied the unit of the rate constant is only time inverse, which is different from the unit of rate of reaction. The unit of rate of reaction always remains same, whatever may be the order of the reaction. For any type of reaction, the unit of the rate of reaction is mole per dm cube time inverse, and for the first order reaction, the unit of the rate constant is only time inverse. Means the unit of the rate constant and rate of reaction are different in first order reaction, but the unit of rate constant and rate of reaction are similar in the zero order reaction. In the competitive examination, frequently this question is asked, for which type of reaction the unit of rate of reaction and rate constant are similar. Then there are four alternatives: first order reaction, zero order reaction, second order reaction. In this way, there may be four alternatives. So you can write the correct answer mole per dm cube time inverse. That is for the zero order reaction, the unit of rate constant and the rate of reaction are similar. Then another. For the zero order reaction, half-life period. Half-life of a zero order reaction. Again, you know the definition of half-life. Half-life of any reaction is the time required to decrease the concentration of the reactant to half of its initial value. Half-life of a zero order reaction. Half-life is defined as the time required to decrease the concentration of reactant to half of its original value or half of its initial value. Now for the zero order reaction, the integrated rate law is integrated rate law for the zero order reaction K equal to A0 minus AT upon T. Now according to the definition of half-life, if T, that is the time, becomes equal to the half-life, T1 by 2. If the value of time becomes equal to the half-life, that is in the reaction when the half-life is completed, then the concentration of the reactant remains behind. At that moment, AT, concentration of the reactant remains behind, will become exactly half of the initial concentration. And the initial concentration is A0. So here the value of AT will become A0 by 2. Become A0 by 2. So when we put these two values in this rate law of the zero order reaction, then K equal to A0 minus AT, which is equal to A0 by 2 upon time. Time becomes equal to half-life. Therefore, K equal to A0 minus A0 by 2, which is nothing but A0 by 2, which is equal to A0 by 2 upon T half. So here rate constant of the zero order reaction K equal to A0 upon 2 times of half life, twice t half, or t half, t1 by 2, which is the half life. t1 by 2 equal to a0 by twice k, a0 by twice k. This is the final equation of half life of a zero order reaction. Now from this equation of zero order reaction for the half life of zero order reaction, you can easily understand that the half life of a zero order reaction depends on the initial concentration of the reactant. The half life of the zero order reaction is directly proportional to the initial concentration of the reactant. In a zero order reaction, if we take more concentration of the reactant initially, then the half life will be more. If we take the low concentration of the reactant initially, then the half life period will be low. Means half life is directly proportional to the molar concentration of the reactant which is taken initially. So this is the equation for the half life of a zero order reaction. Then the graph for the zero order reaction, graphical representation. Graphical representation of the zero order reaction. For the zero order reaction, we can plot the graph from its integrated rate law. The integrated rate law is written as k into t equal to a0 minus at. We can rearrange the integrated rate law of the zero order reaction in this form. at equal to minus of at plus h. at equal to minus at plus a0. In this equation, at represents the concentration of the reactant after time t, a0 is the initial concentration of the reactant, and t is the time, while k is the rate constant. Now this is the equation of a straight line y equal to mx plus. Here y is nothing but at, x is equal to t, and m is equal to minus of k. C is equal to initial concentration. So this is the equation of a straight line. From this equation we can plot a graph between y and x. Now here y is equal to at. Therefore you can plot the graph between at on the y-axis and x, that is t, on the x-axis. So when the graph is plotted between at and t, then we get such type of straight line which makes the intercept with the y-axis. We get the straight line with the negative slope. We get such straight line with the negative slope. Now here, the intercept made by this line with the y-axis is equal to a0. That is the initial concentration. Initial concentration of the reactant is obtained from this graph. The intercept made by the straight line with the y-axis, that is the value from this origin to this point. This value is nothing but a0. It is the initial concentration of the reactant. We can also determine the slope of the straight line. Slope of this straight line, which will be negative, is equal to m, but m is here minus of k. We can determine the slope of the straight line. The slope will be negative, so negative on this side and negative on this side will get cancelled. Therefore, after the determination of slope, we get the value of k, which is the rate constant of the zero order reaction. So this is the graphical representation of the zero order reaction, and from this graphical representation, for that reaction we can obtain the value of k, rate constant, as well as the initial concentration of the reactant in the zero order reaction.